Hi guys, good evening. It is 11 o'clock at night. It's April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day. If people got you, I got.
Yeah, I did too.
But I got somebody too. We're doing a recap on Catfish. Since Empire is gone, we want to have something to do. We have been watching Catfish anyways. We put it up a couple times. But tonight's episode is about Jasmine and Felipe, and they're down in Texas. He's a wannabe boxer or amateur boxer, and she is going to be a model. And what she does,
I don't know. I have no
works a
clue.
job or whatever.
Yeah.
We find them with Felipe as he tells them that they've been texting about 6 months, but they've never spoken on the phone. She come telling them they don't have a phone. She does not have a phone.
With all these selfies. Anyway. But
And how can you not have a phone if you're supposed to be a model
and you're texting.
and you're texting and everything else? Where are you doing that from? Okay. Go on then.
That's
even if you had
sign one.
But even if you had a tablet, let's say, you can FaceTime right there. You can hang time. So you can Skype on your computer. Hang time on your computer. But go ahead on with your story.
Strike one. That should have been strike one. But yeah, has been talking to this lady named Jasmine, and she has gigantic boobs.
Oh yeah.
He's obviously attracted to the outer appearance and the long hair and the big breasts and everything.
But her boobs are like all out here, and this is all
Right.
flesh. But I don't think she's 20 or 21. She's still a teen, isn't she?
Yeah, it says 17.
Yeah, she's still a teen. So
my question was, how'd you get the money and the legal stuff to get your breast done?
And where her mom and them, man?
Yeah.
You know, come on now. But anyway, so we always know that Catfish gonna go the same way. You get into some kind of a back and forth with somebody.
Yeah.
You suddenly and mysteriously fall in love with them. You may have chatted with them, and talked to the phone, but you never going to FaceTime, Skype,
no.
Oval, hang time. You're never going to do that with them. And then you look at these pictures, all these little bitty squares, these pixelated squares that never is a clue to you that that picture isn't real. Like you never watched the episodes before.
Right.
But then how'd you know about Catfish if you never watched it before?
Exactly.
Anyways, and then you end up being disappointed. Well, this is gonna be the same one.
It goes the same. Yeah. So, like you said, he's a amateur boxer, and he wants to build a life, and he's ready to settle down. He's been professing his love to this Jasmine lady and telling her she wants to get with her and have a house and all this stuff.
He's even got land and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So the guys are like, "Have you guys spoken on the phone?" He says, "No, no." They're like, "What? Come on now." And she a model. How's she gonna get her calls and stuff? So we kind of whitewash over that.
Right.
And the guys decide, and Max is back, by the way.
Yeah.
Max and Eve, they contact Jasmine. Well, first they do the search.
Yeah.
And they find that there really is what's her name? Paris Jackson.
No, Paris Roxanne. Paris
Roxanne. Paris Jackson. Scratch that.
Sorry, y'all.
Somebody else altogether. No, Paris Roxanne. And as it come to find out, Paris Roxanne profile picture, whatever, had been used in a scam. She had been used before. It would seem like she would take her pictures down. Yeah. So what happened was in the past that it was like a double catfish. She thought she was talking to some baller, and some baller thought he was talking to her. And actually, everything was going through a third party. Who eventually got busted and is actually going to be going to court and everything coming up.
Right.
So they're not sure what is this culprit again or somebody new. Right. So we find that she does, like I said, has a profile and everything else, and they decide, let's contact her to see if she has been talking to Felipe. They contact her, and she responds, and she gives them her Skype name, and they end up Skyping her.
And she tells a whole legal story about what's been going on and what went down. And she says, "No, I've been speaking to a Felipe. I don't know who that is." So they have her do a video on her own to let him know that no, somebody's using my profile again.
Right, so he could really believe them because this guy was so captivated by this lady.
He swore.
Okay. Anyways, so they go back to him and they let him know, and they say, "Do you want to go forward with this and see who this is?" Then, and of course, he wants to go forward because they always want to go forward. And so the guys go back to the hotel and they contact Jasmine and say, "Will you meet us?" and everything. This is Neve. They actually do a video of themselves, Neve and Max, and send it to her.
Yeah.
So then the Jasmine got the nerve to say, "How do I know this is really Neve?
Right.
Send me a picture right now." So he writes something. I couldn't see it on a piece of paper. And he takes a picture right now and sends it over. And I'm like, how ironic. You, the catfisher, want to make sure you're not being catfished?
Right.
Really? Okay. So you definitely are smarter than Felipe.
Really?
Anyways, so they talk back and forth and they decide that they're going to meet at some park.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they go ahead and she gives the directions and all that and where to meet up and all that, and they let Felipe know and they take him down there. And they see two cars. They're not sure, which one is which, or is it both? Who's coming out, because we don't know anything at this point. So we do see somebody come out of a white car, and it is it's a heavyset lady and a man. And they're walking down the hill. And mind you, the man is kind of...
He's switching.
Right, he's switching, a little sweet. But they walk down.
Right. And so since we see a girl, I automatically think that is his...
That's
that's his... The girl is the Jasmine, and he is
just
her best Judy.
Right.
So they come over and they start asking Felipe, "Do you know these people?" And he's like, "I think I know that girl, but I don't know the dude."
Right.
So they come up on him, and now Felipe recognizes the girl. It's some girl that he had went out on a few dates with and had intercourse with and everything in June.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "Well, why are you catfishing me?" And she said, "I'm not catfishing you." And the dude said, "I am." I'm like,
oh my god. Oh my
god. Right.
He, like we said, he came down looking all sweet and switching and hands to the front and all that. Pants super tight.
Sashing and stuff.
I'm saying, but he, at first he didn't want to admit that he was gay, but he eventually does. But...
No, he doesn't really. He doesn't really come out and say that he's gay. He starts in on a sob story. Remember that when he was, 5th grade or something? A male teacher starts trying to molest him. And I won't say sob story, but I'm going to say that. I'm sorry for that to happen to anybody. But he said it made him angry and he wanted to act out. He went to the police and they blew him off. I don't know what kind of police that is that would not go and investigate that. He couldn't really talk to his mom and dad, so he kept this spirit inside of him.
Right. So, he tells the story to everybody, and everybody's like, okay, how does this correlate to you hanging out or making a profile or whatever? He says, well, him hauling around in the roundabout way, he was saying that he wanted a way to channel his feelings, and he thought using a profile would do it.
Yeah, because Felipe was going with the heavyset girl.
Right.
And then he had got in for the other dude, what's his name? Luis had got into Jasmine's Facebook account, saw him, reached out and texted him as a female.
Right.
And so instead of Felipe blowing it off, he was like, "Okay, what's up?" Yeah. Now Jasmine, now the girl finds out. What's her name? Oh, Alex. The girl finds out, and she's furious, and she says it's over. And Felipe is texting her saying, "Why? What did I do?" But you already know what you did.
Right.
You're supposed to be with me. Now you have reached out one of the people on my Facebook.
Right.
And all along, this is the killer. Alex knew that was her gay best friend. Right. Who did not say he was gay. But
right.
Then they kept showing pictures of this fool with all
Posed
kind
up.
of sides
I'm
and this
saying
and that. His
eyebrows on
eyebrows
fleek,
was manscaped. Girl, they was lipstick
lips good,
on,
right?
the whole shebangy bang. But he told them that he wasn't gay.
Mm.
But Felipe walked away. He said he had enough.
Yeah, he said he had to walk away. He was ready to swing off on dude, but
Mm-hmm.
they ended up talking to Alex, and yeah, she admitted that she knew, and she was angry with him. You know, why are you talking to her and trying to,
Right.
hang
Because
with
she was kind of
me?
like, that's what you get.
Because they had already had sexual relations, so
Mm-hmm.
obviously her feelings were in it.
So, girl, stay out the bed with these dudes you don't know. Your
Please.
feelings get in. It's a biological, chemical, true fact reaction. I don't care what you say. But, anyways.
But yeah, so she said so, and they talked to Felipe, and he's in shock, and he's wondering, why, and so is Max wondering, okay, why are you using a woman's profile? Just
Mm-hmm.
be honest and say I liked Felipe.
Right. But he wouldn't. Okay, so they decide to go their separate ways and meet the next day. Max and Neve meet up with Luis. Felipe is like, I'm done with it.
Yeah.
He's a Mexican dude, and Mexican men are really about their macho. They're not trying to go out like that. He's a boxer. He's not trying to have that kind of situation at all. So they talk to Felipe, and they're talking to him, and then Max is like, go ahead, tell. He's like this close from telling that he's gay.
Right.
Although I had walked out the room, right, and walked back in, looked at him again, you could see that this dude was gay. He was
Right.
gay. And he came very close to confessing and said that nobody really knows the real him inside. And
Right.
mm,
It was just all kinds of crazy.
that's my juice. He said he was going to open that up and let that out. And they say, okay, they go their separate ways from him. They end up seeing Felipe before they leave out of Texas. And he just said he was in a healing place, right?
Yeah, he just wanted to heal and work on his boxing and get his personal life together. The whole shebang that everybody on Catfish does. I'm gonna work on me and do me. And
Right.
I'm not
Take a
dating.
time out. Right. So it was interesting. Was it shocking? No. I had a feeling when they had showed this one truck in that park that a dude was gonna come walking up out of there.
Right.
But then when they had those two cars, I'm like, oh shit,
I'm
I'm gonna jump off.
drive by. And then if you think about it, once you put two and two together, it became less shocking because as a woman, you could see her reaction. You're supposed to be with me, but you on here texting people, and come to find out it's my gay friend that's doing it.
Right.
I'm gonna let
And
you.
what
do it.
straight man? Tell me, I put that on my daddy. What straight man is going to hide behind a woman's profile and start up a whole conversation relationship online with another straight man playing games? None. I'm gonna tell you how many. That many. Okay. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. But this kid is real confused, real ticky boom boom. He doesn't realize we see him. We see through him.
Right.
We know what he is. It's screaming on the camera. We've seen all them, all them glamour shots.
Eyebrows looking better than mine.
Right, what you said, he on fleek.
Right.
All of that. All hair laid and. So there was no surprise to us. He just wasn't ready or had the courage to really say that. But one straight dude is not going to be catfishing another straight dude. I can tell you that. I put that on everything. I lived this for a long time. Tell you what don't happen. So, anyways, it was good.
Yeah.
It was interesting. A little bit of shock factor in it, but not that much. I knew that something wasn't really right. Something wasn't really right. And I had a feeling there was a dude involved in this in some kind of way.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, I'm sick again. I had 2 or 3 weeks ago a whole cold chest thing. Guess what's coming back? Because this time my husband had it. Now he's crying every day because you know how you men are. Every day there's this, that, and the third. And now I'm getting it again. And I can't get it again. Tomorrow's my girl's birthday. It's going to be 14. Friday's her sleepover. And then Easter. So I cannot be sick.
Yeah, I'm here playing healer, and I definitely cannot be sick.
Right, exactly. So we're going to work on this and get this together.
Yeah.
But you guys have a great night. Subscribe.
Comment.
Like. Good night.
Night.